Listen to the podcast. Love us, hate us, just watch us.
Lake Forest Podcast. Here they are with its hosts, Joe Weiss, Lesser and Pete Jansons.
Good to see you. We're gonna get you on.
Let's get Brad on.
Oh yeah.
Brad will come on. We'd love it.
Hey.
The Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers, listeners, and businesses just like you. Looking for the best pool supplies? Look no further than Dohany's Pool Supplies. With a history dating back to 1967, this family-owned business offers everything families need to keep their pools clean and sparkling, from chemicals to equipment. Plus, customers enjoy free shipping on all orders. Visit Dohany's Pool Supplies today at doheny.com, DOHENY.com, to learn more. Forest Bluff Real Estate Team serves Illinois, Wisconsin, Lake Forest, and Lake Bluff. John Josephitis, Laura Lee Van Fleet, and of course Michelle Parnell. Get a free market analysis now at forestbluffrealestate.com. For the best cannabis in the world, look no further than Iliad Epic Grow. Owned by Lake Bluff's own Rich Ruzich, they are a cannabis cultivation center focusing on hard-to-find small batch products that will delight both the occasional user and ganjier. When visiting Michigan, ask for it by name. Epic Products, exceptional process. For more information, email info@iliadgrow.com. Havey Communications has been helping first responders arrive safely since 1983. It's owned by Lake Forest's own Mike Havey. Check them out at haveycommunications.com. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters: Costa, Lance, Otto, RDM, John C., and Helen. Shout out to the Lake Forest Breakfast Group, Broad Stop and Captain Mike's in Kenosha, the Greentown Tavern, and the Frolic Lounge in Waukegan.
That's the 73.
Yes.
Is it done now? I graduated that year also.
I had a great
I
year.
didn't even think about
I
it.
did too, yes. I want to go to my reunion. It's in September.
Is it?
Bring that camera in a little bit, Joe.
I can't.
Come on, you can do it. All right, can we see?
We got it.
Yeah, we got it. We got the three of them. No, we're good. Perfect, perfect. Yeah.
There we go. You got it down there?
So, boys.
All right, we successfully were able to navigate the the Lake Forest Day parade.
So, mental notes for next year. The beads were hit, but we got untangled.
Yeah, we needed a better tangle-proof bead.
Our podcast weaves a tangled web.
Yeah.
We probably
So
need
does the
at
beads.
least twice as many, and we need more people to hand them out.
Yeah, we need a few more people to hand them out. We fell behind. We were the gap.
Yeah, the Weiss family stepped up.
Yes, the Weiss
thank
family
you.
was there. Yes.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, the Lesser family did not. My wife, she is lying at home with a new hip.
Well,
You know,
she's got a
brand new
medical.
hip.
She's got a medical excuse.
Well, she got a brand new hip. She
Well,
should
your
be
wife
using it.
dropped you off. Somebody's got to
She got
drop
it on
you off.
Monday. It's Wednesday. She got it on
That's a
Monday.
job in itself, dropping you off.
It is.
So who did we see in the parade?
I heard about it.
We saw the city manager. I
City
forget his
manager,
name.
Jason.
I've seen that.
Jason
on
Wickett.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. He
I
was there.
viewed that as
I
being
think
very
I-
nice on
I-
Jason's part.
I saw behind him Kathy Zerniak from a distance.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was wisely staying in the shade, I think.
I think Jason was making peace here with us. Maybe that's my view.
Well, there was never a war, but there is some jabbing going back and
Well,
forth.
he did tell everybody not to get on our TV show.
Well, I call that a jab.
I would call that, yeah, that qualifies to me. But we'll let bygones be
Still
bygones.
emptying your pockets here, huh?
Yeah, I already dumped all mine out of the garbage. Yeah.
So these are Democrat pockets.
Oh.
No offense.
We saw Congressman Brad Schneider.
Yeah, Brad, love to have you.
Who offered to come on?
He offered to come on, so
He
we'll
offered to
take him
come
at
on.
his word.
Yeah.
We'll have him on.
You look fine.
It looked a little bigger.
Yeah.
So we need a couple of wagons, one for each side. I don't know how you would do those, because if we would have undone all those things, that would have been one big bald mess. We would have never.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have. Yeah. No, I don't know what the secret is. But
But the kids love the beads.
They love the beads. They love the beads.
A couple times they got tangled. I just gave, like, if I had like 5 of them, I said, here, you give them to your friends.
Exactly. Let them
You're on the honor system here. So if you see a kid walking around with 5 beads around his neck, it's
So shout out to all the volunteers that were yelling at people to...
did not throw anything.
got to keep things in order.
Yes.
I dumped a bunch of garbage on your counter here. I'm sorry.
I'm the good customer. I put mine in the bathroom. See, I'm always sucking up to them. I know who to suck up to. You know, there's no point sucking up to somebody who doesn't pour beer.
So put the number in the windshield.
Yeah.
You don't have to show up at 8:15, but I think...
No. Unless you got to spend time decorating your car.
I mean, 9:30 is really when you want to get there. I'm always
Well,
I'm
if
always
it's
there before
9:30,
that.
it's hard to fight through the crowd because they get the persnippety of...
Yeah, you got to get along the side.
But
they were doing it.
I've never been to the parade that started on time. They're always like a little bit.
No, they're always
behind.
late. Yeah.
Yeah, just the nature of parades.
And if even if it starts at 10, by the time everybody gets moving, as you can see, it's 10:30 by the time people get moving.
And we got some good pictures from in front of Market Square. Let me see what pictures I got here.
Yeah, what did you get? Because I ended up
I will
just
hook you up.
devoting my efforts to.
I'm going to make an album and we can all... So now hopefully we can see those these things around town.
Yeah.
Your little
I'd like to see them shopping at the grocery store, wear the beads. Coming to the bar here in town, wear the beads.
Well behaved today.
I'll share what I have left with you guys once we get down there. An hour ago.
Oh yeah, it was toasty out there.
Duffers has got good AC, that's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, they will at least have wind blowing through. Oh man.
Sweat is no charge.
Give them out to people here.
No,
Free sweat.
you never know when you're going to need them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a lot of demand for them. I was very impressed by the popularity, particularly with the kids. I think
Rick, when have I let you down with the marketing
Oh,
of the
you are
podcast?
the master marketer. Mr. Marketer.
On any given Sunday. Oh, we're still recording.
We're still recording.
So we saw Schneider.
The congressman.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he is congressman.
Schneider.
Said he would come on.
Well, let's have him on. Why
I
not?
talked a lot of smack on him, though.
I think I have too. I mean,
What is it?
Also, Rinehart's people.
Mr. Rinehart's welcome to come on. I'd like to hear his views on criminal justice.
Maybe there's a scotch. Most places
We met Erin.
scotches together, bourbons together, and
Clerk.
Yeah, Clark. Like her.
Weinstein?
They all have sex
Weinberg?
together. They all they like.
Sounds like Weinert or something.
He's just curriculum now, but he's actually beat our most recent guest, Keith Brin.
Turn out the lights.
Yeah, what has he said? How did he do on that show? I forget. Was he happy with it or so-so? Or
I haven't talked to him since it aired.
You know, Keith, it does help your candidacy if you do share and like the videos that are posted about you.
Always a good idea.
Who did we meet? The Lake County Circuit Clerk, Rick?
Clerk of the Circuit Court.
Clerk of the Circuit Court.
Erin Weinstein Cartwright.
Okay.
Like-
Aaron, I love your services. You want to watch every time I see somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Health Bratskys is very big there. I love it. Go in the basement. Go in the
She does have her on.
Sure, absolutely. She'll go on. She'll go on. No problem at all.
Who else? We got the whole cat.
Well, I mean, we got
The sheriff?
We got the county clerk, Vince Vega.
We get the sheriff?
And we've not had the sheriff. We've not had
The sheriff. You talk about Norwood.
And we haven't had Rinehart on either.
That would be an
She's
interesting
cool.
show.
When I've had to sue people, civilly.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
I was a little
Going in the
nervous when
basement.
you said you had lots of cases there. I was a little concerned.
oh, no, yeah, Erin's fine. Erin's good,
Yeah.
very good worker. They're still,
I'm sure Keith was better, but
they've still been unable to figure out how to do electronic. They have electric filing, but it's all tickets.
I was not impressed with myself.
My nephew.
Towards the end there.
It's fine.
One of our guests asked me to join them, and I did.
They saw
Well, you know, you're a host with the most.
Remember that game we saw where it was like 23,
It was getting a little, you know, you walk that distance, you know, you get a little worn out after a while.
I mean, it was.
It's not the distance; it's the heat and the standing for the.
A lot of it had the staging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we know.
Now we know. Just sit in the car until it's time to go.
Well, next year we'll do a band.
Don't tell the environmental sustainability people that.
Flat Earth people.
Yeah.
The transparency people.
I think it's a great event. I mean, I know there's the argument that it should be held on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the history of Lake Forest. It's a blue-collar holiday.
Yes, it's set up for the bankers, the doctors, the merchants.
Well, all the guilty, it was the original woke party where the people that were guilty with their wealth, they want to throw something for the workers because the people with money left town in the
Back in
summer.
1908.
Yeah,
Started in 1908, yeah.
It's the last time the Cubs won the World Series until 2016.
2016. Yes, not coincidental, maybe not. No, it's the problem, and part of the problem is every year people have already made reservations, hotel reservations, for the first Wednesday in 2024 and 2025. People have already made hotel reservations, already planning events for Lake Forest Day 2 years in advance.
Seriously?
Seriously, that's one of the problems with changing the date.
Wow, I didn't know that.
People make
Who's
plans
making the reservation?
way
What,
in
people that
advance.
used to live here come back?
It's the first Wednesday of each month.
Okay.
First Wednesday of August, yeah.
Well, now we know.
August.
First, everybody, first Wednesday of August, save the date.
And they do. People plan ahead, and they'll set up reunions and reunion things. I mean, it's always the 50th reunion for the high schools. I mean, all the high school reunions are all timed for
Wow,
Lake Forest Day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That is,
because obviously that's when people come back.
since I have a child at the high school that
most
need to know that for
good here.
future reunions one day.
So, Joe, go through let's autopsy without blame. What else should we have done?
Like I said, I would have stayed in the car till the actual parade. You know, just ride in the back.
Yeah.
And then once we hit downtown, where there's actually, you know, like by Egg Harbor, then get out and work with people.
Well, we need,
I would, you always can use a few more volunteers.
I think we have, either we do the band, now I'm thinking about it, or we have the flat bed where we just sit up there and we just do a show.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then have people, volunteers.
Don't give stuff out, or
No, we have volunteers do it.
volunteers give stuff out.
Because that was too,
Yeah.
if it didn't tangle up, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah, the beats tangled.
Yeah. Well, how do they do it? I mean, New Orleans, they're giving out these beads, okay, and they're getting flashed in return for them. They must have some better
They
system.
don't have this at
And
the
they're-
end.
Thankfully, that didn't happen here.
And they're drunk too.
But
I did have one old lady did offer to.
oh no, Rick,
Your daughter was
TMI,
right.
TMI, man.
She was right. Look,
TMI.
Yeah.
you grab them from up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I tried doing, but it was not a perfect system. It helped. But
We need a director of beads.
Yeah.
Yes,
Director of Beads.
director of beads.
We will post that listing in May of next year, 2024.
Yeah. Well, Gen X people, they may go for that, or Gen Z people, they may go for that.
I think it's past Z now.
Gen Z.
But I think, I mean, our car was pretty good, well decorated. We had the flag and everything. I mean,
Magnets,
maybe
everything.
a way to
Yeah.
hold the flag
I
so
like the
people in the
mag- I
car
like-
didn't have to hold it.
The magnets
that was
and the
perfect.
flags were great.
What's that?
That was the best.
Magnet and the flags
Yeah.
both worked great.
And you get to reuse it next year.
I didn't see any other podcasts in town with float.
No, I did not either.
NPR, Lake Forest did not have a podcast.
I didn't know there was another. Can I help you clean the beer lines? Can I help you clean the beer lines?
But
I think
it's a great event, and the carnival looks fun.
Oh, it was great. That was great.
Have you been to the carnival? The carnival was last night too, right?
I'm working this afternoon.
But didn't it go on last night?
Yeah, it starts on Tuesday night.
Okay, yeah, my dog.
All right, let's do this together. Ready? Torn. You know what I'm doing?
You're tearing your the cardboard part off of the.
No. You're working the beer. You're working the beer.
Oh, I'm working the beer thing.
Yeah, but when you get a ticket, what do you do with the ticket?
Oh,
tear the ticket.
I just throw the tickets in the.
Tear them.
You got to tear them, Rick.
I don't think
People can steal those.
So he's pocketing them. See that?
Yeah.
He pocketed them. That's what's going on.
I'm calling for an investigation.
You need an audit. I do always buy a bunch of tickets because I am.
Great job, man.
Yeah, good job.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
Get in there.
Say hi to Lake Forest.
Hi.
My
Now,
guy.
were you driving the official car, Drew?
I was.
Yes, you were.
And how was your sister and mom doing in the back seat?
My mom held the sign good. My
She
sister, she passed out necklaces pretty good.
She did the best job out of all of us.
Yeah.
I think she did too.
Any advice from your mom on how to hold the flag better for next year?
I think we got to get like a flag post or something.
Yeah.
Flagpole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Those kids look familiar.
You need to install like an anchor in your car, so that you can just put the flagpole right into the
Get
anchor.
something for the trailer hitch.
Well, you see those cars.
Like a trailer hitch kind of
You
thing.
see those cars, flying whatever flag for other,
Yes,
4th of July.
Trump and other groups. Yes.
Trump. I mean, I've
Or
seen
we
it for
just
the Mexican parade.
we get another
Puerto Rican
volunteer.
parade,
Mexicans are good at that. Yes.
Polish. I've seen.
Well,
you
they're
name the
outposts.
ethnicity.
Yeah.
You name the ethnicity. They got a flag.
They got a
flying out
flag,
of the car.
and we got a flag because we are ethnically podcasting.
Well, as I was walking through the parade, they said, "Look at the big flag." Who you calling a big flag?
Is that what they call you?
Hey.
I've never been here before.
Really?
Oh, you've been in Duffers before?
No.
Oh.
You haven't played over there?
No.
Your dad is kind of ignoring you.
Hi, do you need something?
I'm gonna look at the menu and I'll see.
Boilermaker. It's a Liberty, man. When's what do you call that?
The flames.
Not initiation, but will they show you orientation? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks, right?
It's like a week before
Okay.
class.
Texting to the boss here.
And Liberty is in what state again?
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. They have a football team, don't they?
They do.
I played against Liberty at the Southern Illinois University.
Yeah, they were FCS then. Now they're FBS.
Yeah, they're 1AA, whatever you want to call it. What are you doing? Are you sure?
Yeah, good to see you. Where'd you guys go?
And I want to say, Debbie, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Look
will
who else
this
is
is
here.
dry run.
All
This
right.
is a dry run. Now we know how to improve it next time.
Well, it is true.
We need more
I
walkers.
would never predict it was going to be so difficult to
We
get
need
these.
more walkers and we need
We did.
We gotta recruit some kids to hand out.
Get Louis.
Yeah.
How would we? But even if we untangled them, how would
Maybe
we
like
keep
a
them
credit.
untangled?
Maybe we can get internship credits at the high school, like political science class.
It's almost like they need to be on an angle that we can grab a bunch and like have it like this. Or don't do this, but
So how'd you get here?
She walked to her car. It's right there.
I want to say, ladies, great job.
Thank you.
We're editing, don't worry.
Yes, no, you guys were great help. Thank you. Yeah,
These were hits.
Really?
Yes.
yeah, I agree. They were definitely hit.
Why do you say that?
Because everyone was grabbing them. The adults wanted all the koozies, all the kids wanted
The
these.
kids wanted them. Yeah.
That's what we did
And we had
both.
some
Now we
kids
know.
that
That
had puppy
was,
dog eyes, so we had to give them Tangled ones and said, have your mama Tangles, we had to go. So.
yeah, I know. There's some kid around here who's got like a dozen around his neck.
Kind of like you, Pete.
You know who you are.
At some point, I just kind of give up and just, hey, here you go, guys. There's a bunch of them.
That was fun.
We just have.
You wanted to get them out there, we got them out there.
Well, now the question is, we'll see what the viewership's like.
We did see our Congressman Schneider and he knows who Schneider, and he offered to come on the show.
Oh, good.
So if we ought to take him up on that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to do that.
Yeah.
The police were waiving insurance for us.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
Yes.
We love our first responders.
Carl, Chief Waldorf was there. He was good. Jason Wishup was there, wishing us all good time.
No, we call him Jason Wikipedia.
Jason was very nice.
Does he know
That
someone?
was very nice. It was fun.
He's wearing the beads now. He's our kind
And
of
they
guy.
did a very nice, when we went by the grandstand, they did a very nice introduction. Listen to the podcast. Love us, hate us, just watch us.
Lake Forest Podcast. Here they are with its host, Joe Weiss, from Lesser and Pete Jansons.
Yeah, I heard
So
it.
we had all three names on there.
Yeah, I heard our names.
Okay.
You
Pete,
didn't put my name on there?
Pete, did we
next year,
did any other podcasts in Lake Forest get any kind of publicity today?
There are no other podcasts in Lake Forest. Rick.
NPR Lake Forest?
I think you were right.
I think they're busy recording, interviewing more residents of Highland Park.
Well, you know,
No, so
Our
Highland
last
Park,
guest was from Highland Park
if
too,
you run out of
Pete.
if you run out of melatonin, they are a great substitute.
That's the Highland Park podcast, or the HPP.
Their very first guest was a resident of Highland Park, and their most recent guest was a resident of Highland
They're
Park.
great. They're fantastic.
And other than Alderman Powers, every one of them voted Democratic
Can I
primary.
can I get another of the line of couples, please?
And then Rick, you got the last one. I would like to. The podcast would like to buy this round. So this event.
Oh, this event?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Because you got the last
can I
event.
get the last one?
Debbie, I'm going to get the summer salad. Unless
I'm
you
going to get a grilled chicken.
read the summer,
I'm always
read
getting
the summer
my
salad.
pub crawl points.
Oh,
Dave and I are both we're both aficionados of the point system.
No, but we have pecans in the
I
house.
got the.
so Jeff has a point system.
Yes, Jeff has a point system. Yeah, and you want the points. I mean, I had $60. I picked up a $60 tab with just the points.
I've never.
Not that long ago. It was well worthwhile.
And that's why I have the social club. I talked to Jeff 2 years ago that
Yeah, that's what it
if
is.
they would do a subscription where
Yeah.
it's a social club, you pay whatever, $100 a month. You go here, Pucks, or over there, and you show the thing, and it's part of your subscription. Oh,
What should I get?
whatever you want, son.
All right.
So
Do you guys have your IDs on you?
You're not,
I
you're
know
not
we have to
drinking.
be 21 to sit at the bar.
Oh, okay.
step away.
Sorry.
Scooch back.
We'll get our own table.
Well, how far away do they got to be?
It's not
Table right
far.
behind you.
Not at the end. Just go to the.
It's been there.
There's a table right there. Yeah.
They have to.
Play golf.
I have my friends here. I'm just going to sit with her.
Oh, you shoot.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't mind. I didn't know.
It's not Wisconsin.
Yeah. What do you think?
I wish.
I'm going to order on my own some food.
Okay.
On his own.
I'll buy your food
Put it on.
too.
Put it on mine.
You sure?
I got it. All right. They'll make it simple.
Summer salad.
Is this summer
Sounds
salad?
good. Yeah.
I might be here a while. What time's your shift over?
Not till way later.
Oh, good.
I'll be here way later than you.
If you see me laying out in the back room, could you put a blanket over me?
For sure.
Thank you.
So you're doing the summer salad. Do you want to add any meat to that? Steak or chicken?
You should give him some meat because
Yeah, chicken.
Chicken?
He could use some protein. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been
protein's a
working hard
good
this
thing
morning.
right now.
Balsamic?
Sure.
I think Maureen's going to be. I will get something around 1 o'clock, so
Oh, beautiful.
that's what I'm saying. Keep an eye on me.
My emails aren't loading on my phone.
Yeah, I know. I rebooted. I think your router's got to be rejiggered.
Tuesday morning.
Rejigger? rejigger. Is it just me or the former recently resigned alderman? Second ward, looks like Captain Obvious.
Everybody's on. All the cool kids are on. Maybe they got a filter, Pete.
Actually, it just kicked in because you did that.
Doofus filter, you know?
No, you just meet Steve Spagnola. Steve for Chicago.
All right.
I think I'm going to start lighting him up a little bit, see if that'll do it.
Steve
We'll edit that out in
Spagnola.
post.
Who is he?
He is Rinehart's Garrett.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So when I texted you guys, that's who I was talking about.
Now I got it.
And we want to thank Ray from
Oh yeah, Ray.
his promotion company that I don't remember. We'll edit that out in post too. We want to thank our bartender. You want to be on the podcast?
Cheyenne.
No, not at all.
He's the smart one.
Especially if it's video.
What if it's audio? You just did?
Okay, there we go.
So Joe, what else? Rick, what are we going to do for next year?
Well, we're going to do the 4th of July in Lake Bluff.
Yes,
right?
we'll do the 4th of July in Lake Bluff next year.
So any other parades we need to know about around here?
That's a great question. Libertyville's got Libertyville days. It is neither neither 4th of July nor Lake Forest Day, but they have their own day. They have their own thing. But I don't know if we go to Libertyville.
I think we do a flatbed. And I was going to have
lay down in the flatbed?
No. We have a table like ESPN.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
like the pregame deals.
So I take it back. I don't think we would do the band.
We would do the band. We would be sitting behind the desk.
I like it.
And we would just be doing commentary as we go through the parade.
I like it.
I like that.
That's how we do it, boys.
That's a nice idea. I like this idea.
And we're recording it because we'll remember it.
Yes, right. We'll forget all of this after.
Well, from 4 o'clock today.
When we go past like the reviewing.
If you see Pete posting stuff on the Facebook account, just delete it.
Oh no.
Maureen will keep an eye on me at 1 o'clock. Okay, Duffers guest. I'm telling you, if we can get this, try it one more time. And then what happened? We had that, the Jesse White tumblers went past us, or what?
Yeah, well, how did those guys pass us? I've never had anybody pass us in a parade before.
Did they pass us, or were they a late entry and they just stuck them in?
I don't know. I mean, there was no explanation. They just kind of like played through us like we were on the golf course.
And those garbage can guys kept honking at us.
Yeah.
You're on the Lake Forest podcast. Yeah. This time of year. Yeah. You're going to clean out? This is when you got to get them. Keep all the maggots out. All the nasty beer at the bottom. Yeah. The melted chocolate milkshakes. Let the Lake Forest guys take that. Yeah. So we'll get all that straightened out for you, nice and clean. Little deodorizer on top. Nice. All right. The official trash can cleaner of the Lake Forest podcast. Right. Love it. What's your name, man? John McNicholas and my brother Christopher McNicholas. John. Yeah. Good. Lifelong resident. Lifelong, all right.
Yeah, bull crap. I know who you are.
They had brighter cruisies than us.
Well, we were the gap. We were a gap because mostly because we were spending all of our time trying to tangle.
But they'll come and clean your garbage can if you got a dirty garbage can.
You know, it's almost like you need to go to like a keychain, like a little. But nobody uses keys.
Nope.
Key fobs.
Yeah, here's a Chrysler. Here's a Buick.
So Rick, you've worked the beer tent or the beer jail, as you call it.
Yeah, beer jail. Yeah. You know, because I mean, it's like, you know, if you're drinking beer, you can't be with normal people. You have to be segregated behind the chain link fence. With everybody's got to be ID'd because you got to be separated.
Keep it under control
from normal people. Otherwise, you would not behave yourself.
Well,
you would just be wild, out of control, like in Lake Bluff.
Well, that's what I was asking them. Do you tear the tickets? Because people pocket the tickets and they leave and they come back and then they use the tickets. That ain't right, Rick.
I don't think we don't really.
So I work.
I will tell you the tickets are really more I think they're more aspirational than anything else. You know,
It's cash.
You gotta take it. Okay, you don't have to take it. Here's some beer. You know.
What beer do they serve there?
We usually have a couple different kinds. We had Modelo last time. Usually we have a line in Kugel.
All the Budweiser stuff.
Yeah, I think it was a Budweiser.
Bud Lights this year?
I don't see it.
I'm curious. Sales.
I'm gonna go. And they got the seltzers. Yeah, they got the seltzers.
Oh, you got the seltzers?
Yeah. And they got like a cheap wine.
I was gonna say, are there any mixed drinks?
It's the same distributor. It's the Budweiser distributor.
If it's Bud Light, though, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that this year.
Absolutely.
We're going to be in, see if anybody boycotts us.
Well, actually, now I'm starting to think about, I hate the taste of it, but just drinking it because other people won't.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
Dry beer.
Dry beer?
Rice.
Oh, rice beer, yeah. But isn't Budweiser rice?
I thought you were going to say Edelweiss. I used to drink that.
So the koozies.
Oh, good.
The parents like the koozies.
Yeah, parents like the koozies, kids like the beads. So is there no candy? Is that a rule, no candy, or we just didn't want to give out candy?
What's candy going to do?
Yeah.
We need listeners. I don't care about kids.
Good.
That's Pete Janson saying he doesn't care about kids. All right, let me see if I can do this one more time. Come on, Joe, we're still recording.
It's still recording. Recording in progress.
Well, until I get this live chat, once I remember how to do it.
Did we see any of the city council or the mayor?
Oh, here we go. I think I got it.
Are we on?
I think so.
I see fans. Oh, look at that. There we go. 3, 2, 1.
Smile.
Hey. Hey.
All right.
Forest.
You're live.
Hey, we are live at Duffers. Hey, Lake Forest. We just finished the Lake Forest Days Parade. We're now cooling off and
Cooling a lot off.
in Duffers.
And we are live on air. Let's see if anybody shows up for this.
Come on down.
Oh, wait.
We got beads. Come on down. Show them your beads. I said beads.
Here, can you get in there?
There. Look at that.
Lean in a little. Get in. There you go. So, right now there's nobody watching.
Yeah. Well, that could change.
Well, it is all.
Got to be at home.
Well,
everybody's at the parade or over at the beer garden or the carnival or whatever.
It's recording. This will be our YouTube video, so this could be our podcast. I don't know.
That's right.
It's the first time we've done a live chat. Rick is somewhere.
You go to the washroom?
All right. So, I think the beads were a success.
Yes. Koozies.
It's koozies, but the beads were very slow to hand out.
They get all tangled.
They get tangled. We want to thank the Weiss family for pitching in with the vehicle.
Debbie, Drew, and Lauren stepping up.
Debbie, Drew, and Lauren. And please make sure that the flag is returned and the magnets.
Yep. I think we already put them at your house.
All right, thank you. And then we saw Jason Wikipedia. We saw Eric Weinstein. Oh, here we go. Who's watching us?
Hey, somebody's thumbs up it too.
Well, of course, this is good stuff. We're in Joe's basement here.
Yeah. Duffers. I wish this was my basement. It'd be a very cool basement.
Joe, your bartender is smiling.
They always smile at Duffers.
Hey. Well, why did we pick Duffers?
It's very conditioning.
Well, very strong reason. It was the closest one to the parade
It was
route.
the closest parade, and it has very good AC.
Garage door was open. Yet I am surprised they do not encourage you to climb through it. Why would you do that?
I think there's probably some safety issues there.
Yeah.
You want drunk people climbing through the window?
Well, you got drunk people here. Move it a little bit, Joe. Get some of this smell.
Let me move my stool down.
Just a little. There you go. So.
Bar stool over. There. I don't want to get too close to
Yeah, I know. I do smell. That was a haul.
Should have gone landscape instead of portrait.
So we started at 8:15 a.m. this morning, as per the email that was sent out to us by, I forget her name every year, the coordinator of this event. But I want to thank her for that. We'll include her name here in post. But standing an hour before going out, that can be taxing. So it was amazing how many little kids wanted the koozies. I think
the beads.
I think they wanted to see if they would fit around their chocolate milks. Hey, Rick.
People want me to work.
Rick, come on in here.
Rick, get between
You're on
us.
live.
Okay.
You're on live.
Oh,
Here I am.
all right. So this is.
There I am.
Rick, do you have any thoughts on what we should do differently for next year?
Yes. I think that we need tangleless beads.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for. But otherwise, I thought the whole thing worked very well. I mean, we got a nice reaction from the crowd. We got a lot of little kids who are now big podcast fans.
Right.
And most importantly, Jason Wisha is clearly now on board with the podcast.
He's not on the podcast.
Jason, is it Jason Wikipedia or Jason Wisha?
He said hello. He had a very nice chat.
Well, we thank you, Jason.
He was very nice.
The Lake Forest Police doing a great job out there.
Our first responders, all with a smile.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're laughing at us or with us, but it doesn't matter.
A lot of volunteers helping out this parade.
Thank you very much. Dan Schneider, who said that he would come on the podcast.
Yeah, Brad Schneider.
Yeah, Brad
Congressman Brad Schneider.
Dan Schneider, the owner of the Washington Redskins, said he would come on.
Well, now the Washington Commanders.
Oh, sorry.
And they have a different, and I think he's sold
Isn't he
it.
former
They have a
owner?
different owner. He's former owner.
Oh, we got somebody new. Whoever this is,
welcome.
we love you. We had one person before, but they left.
We weren't interested in it.
Oh, now they went again. All right.
Okay.
Oh, now they're back.
It's probably the same person.
Welcome. Well, whoever you are, you gonna be like you?
Is that where Peter's and trains going by? You Pacific North Line?
It gives us a certain level of authenticity.
That's right.
I think here, I'll move back just a little bit.
You're at Duffers. Come on down. If you're watching, we have nothing to do. Come on down to Duffers. Here's Rick Lesser coming into the screen.
And then
bring your libations.
There you go. Yes. Well, I never keep them far away.
Make sure your head's in the picture.
Got my Lake Forest hat.
That's good. That's good. So we had the hockey team behind us.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we did.
A rambunctious group of individuals.
And we had a band that
All
played
hockey
through
players
us.
are, man.
A band actually played
Oh, yeah.
through. Actually went from behind us to in front of us.
Yeah, I think
We were
they
that slow.
No, I think
Those
they were. I
tumblers.
think they were in the wrong spot.
Were they tumblers? I think they were.
Tumblers or a band?
I thought they were
really
band.
good.
They had music.
Whatever they were really good.
Yeah.
So but they can go ahead of us. I don't care.
Yeah, they were fine.
All right, now the person left again, so now it's just us talking.
Makes me sad.
So eventually one day, the way this thing works is you get enough people paying attention and we
you should tease
chat.
it ahead of time.
And then we
Yeah.
need-
Would this be live? Like, could Dave get it live on YouTube? See if you can get us live on YouTube.
figure it out.
I got to.
So anyways, where were we at?
So great parade, great event.
Since
great,
1908, just like the
1908.
Cubs,
Just like-
first time.
Well, they won in 2016, but
These are all.
and the parade's won every year. I guess it was canceled, during the pandemic.
And the World War II.
World War II was canceled.
And two pandemics it was canceled.
Oh yeah, the Spanish flu back in the day. Yeah. So, but it's back. It's bigger than ever.
And we're at Duffers reworking. Hey, welcome back, whoever you are.
Welcome back. Come on down. Maybe you're gonna have people just get in their car and head to Duffers.
We're at Joe's basement. Very palatial estate he has here. On the
I made my basement look just like Duffers. It's great. Who wouldn't want their basement to look like that?
So next, the well-managed event. I think the people that participate, you got to put your numbers in the window.
Yeah.
And I wanna,
what was our float number?
Please. And I want to thank whoever gave us the number 69. I thought that was pretty funny.
It's the year I was born.
The Mets, great year.
New York Jets.
Welcome back.
Moonland.
There might be somebody in here with a bad internet connection. And how about the poor little kids that were getting upset because we couldn't give them beads?
Oh, well, if you didn't get beads or koozie, send Pete an email. Pete at Lake Forest Podcast.
And I'll say, I'm sorry I don't have it.
Come to your house and bring some.
I'll say, ask your mom and dad. Oh!
I'll bring my beads over.
That's not,
I don't want anybody leaving upset. There was a lot of other folks giving little trinkets away, so I'm sure everybody. Kids had like whole bags full of stuff. That was, they were like.
Well, I thought it was too.
It was like Halloween.
Yeah, a lot of it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Come on,
that's cool.
Come on, Rick, get your melon in. This could be the
It's not easy to squeeze into these guys. Here we go. There you go.
Well, here, back here, you can get even closer. I think it was amazing that they gave us the number 69 and they put us in front of the
Pete was very entertained with that. Yes. The mowers in Lake Bluff for the 4th of July parade always wanted my wife, who was the parade chairman, to give them 69. They was always their idea of a good joke.
And then the Shriners, led by Ray
Billick.
Ray Billick.
Hey.
The promotion man.
He's,
good promotion stuff.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. There we go, yes. Now maybe Ray would have a tip on how to do beads, how to do the beads.
His tip would be don't wait 2 years to get in contact with him.
Yeah, okay.
Surely there's somebody out there that
Get a second wind and want to meet up for an hour.
is a bead expert.
Oh, we got, is that 2? We have more people in.
They're coming.
All right, we got 2. Look.
Coming on.
Yeah.
Hey, we're down at
whoever you
Duffers.
are,
Come on down.
If I was smart enough to look in chat, I would know who you are.
We're on our phones, so you can't.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, you can?
But if one of you log into YouTube.
Dave's trying to figure out how to do it.
yeah.
You found it?
Well, he's
Oh, there he is.
There you go. There he is. There you go. There's our one
chat,
guy.
You guys suck, and we'll see if you
here it is.
I'm liking the Brad idea, the Brad Schneider show idea. I'm liking this idea.
Here we are. We're live right now. A little bit of a delay.
yeah, a little bit.
Who's on?
Now, I think
Hold
we
your
should
salad.
share and post it on our Facebook page and the news.
Look, this is my personal. I think my friends want to see that. Hold on.
You have friends?
They're not that many.
We have some credibility issues here.
Yeah. Really?
A lot more than just issues
here.
Then we got to the tail end, Rick, and
yes, it was getting a little toasty at the end.
And I welcomed a loyal viewer and listener who said, "Hey, come chat with us." I said, "Let me sit down next to you, and I will."
We did get down to the koozies at the end because our beads were just too difficult to untangle. So the koozies became our point of realm.
Yeah.
You can't really give the koozies out to the kids, you know. Giving the koozie out to the 5-year-old kid is not exactly the right message. So we try to give that out to dads and grandpas.
That's a great photo. That's a great thumbnail. Come on.
We got Dave on here.
Come on, Dave.
Hey, Dave,
welcome
you're
aboard,
our
Dave.
guest.
Dave.
I'm part of this.
Hey, how do we know Dave?
We know Dave from
I know him from
the
last
Grill
week.
on Laurel. Dave and I were
Charter
members of the old Grill on Laurel, now Sophia's Steak. And we
Grill on Laurel.
Yes, we used to hang out there, and our wives
That was
became
the,
friends, and we all became friends. And so
were
now
neighbors.
now we party together. We were neighbors as well. It's right in Lake Bluff.
come here, feed
Dave
the
was in the
Duffers,
West
Bratskys.
Terrace in beautiful Lake Bluff, Illinois.
That's right.
Oh, Lake Bluff, we're coming all the way down here?
Well, now he's Lake Forest.
Oh, okay.
I live at the Point.
Yeah, he and I are both at Crystal Point.
What is the point? Oh, Crystal Point over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Modernized.
That's the point.
Calling it the Point.
Yeah, because we're cool.
They look like Russian apartment buildings.
They do.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, that
but
is
it's a great deal.
Hello.
It's actually it's a really good deal because they're relatively inexpensive. But you're right in downtown Lake Forest, and it's got a pool. It's got a pool.
Ooh, a pool. Hey, my salad is arrived.
Yeah,
Yes.
please join us, Joe.
That's okay. Joe's having lunch.
I'm having lunch.
Joe's having everybody's having salad for lunch. He's being a good boy.
This is how I lost 20 pounds.
Very
eating
good boy.
salads.
Well,
Good man.
Plus, Joe's going to do a lot better than me at 4 o'clock later today as I'm replacing electrolytes.
Well, I find that it's a good. It's a good
Here,
mix.
let's toast the podcast.
Let's toast the podcast. You got it. There's
Great
the
job,
podcast.
guys.
Good job.
Cheers.
Good job.
And great job, Lake Forest, since 1908.
Yeah. 1908, always on a Wednesday.
A lot more successful parade since 1908 than Cubs World Championship.
You're right.
Sorry, I had to do that.
It's a blue-collar holiday.
Yeah.
You like blue
It is.
And I've got a blue collar on.
It's to give all of the workers the Wednesday off because they would normally have a Wednesday off. And besides, most of the wealthy people in Lake Forest
Felt guilty.
they're all up in the North Woods now, anyways. They're not here. They're up in Minocqua or Lac de Flambeau or Eagle River.
And Dave, what you could do is like it. That would help. It's the thumbs up.
I tried,
You couldn't do it.
He is a boomer.
All right.
but not
It looks like this.
But then they make me sign in or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. No,
So anyways, so this is Saturday morning. I'm guessing people will be watching this. We'll put this in the middle of the.
Saturday morning. You mean other towns would have a party on a Saturday? What? Well, no, everybody has it on a Wednesday.
Well, first of all, Lake Forest Day is done on a Wednesday because we record the podcast on a Wednesday.
That's why they have it on a Wednesday.
And
that's why we are the Lake Forest
at
podcast.
9:30 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Yes. So, and what time is the parade? We're lining up at 9:30 on a Wednesday.
That's right.
It's because it is, the podcast does control most of what goes on in Lake Forest.
That's right.
True story.
You hear that, Jason? Wikipedia?
Just ask Jason.
Oh, you know what I didn't see is our guy Randall Tech.
I think he's here.
He was the third or fourth.
I did not see him. Yeah.
Well, we were at 69.
Yeah, exactly. He may have
set that up.
He may have been at. He may have been with the caucus group.
No, he was with.
The caucus group was in front of us.
Council.
Oh, the council.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Should be.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so next week, what are we going to do? How are we going to top this? Won't be hard.
Let's get Brad Schneider on.
Brad Schneider or Erin Cartwright?
Schneider. Or Erin Cartwright. Cartwright Weinstein.
I like Erin.
Weinstein Cartwright.
I like Erin Weinstein. As I said before.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm going to
Everybody likes Erin Weinstein.
If I'm going to civil suit somebody,
I like it.
I like the basement of the Waukegan do-it-yourself suing basement.
I like it when our documents get filed and we get a little file stamp on it. That's a nice thing. That's a good thing.
But here, in all seriousness, they have a very nice. Now I know Rick's not going to like this, but you are retiring.
Yeah.
If you can't afford a Rick Lesser, you can go down to self-service.
Yes, they have. They do actually have a lot of pro se services.
What does pro se mean?
Pro se means doing it your DIY. Is basically what it means. Doing it yourself.
So it's like a FISBO.
You know what it actually means? It means you lose.
Oh, see that?
That's
spoken like a true lawyer.
That's what pro se means.
Spoken like a true lawyer.
Like a real estate agent. No offense.
That's and much like FISBOs. Yes, correct.
All right, so let's see. You got all the Florida people that are watching this. Probably.
Nobody's in Florida right now. It's too hot.
I think the East Coasters are. Martha Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard's north. That's not.
Yeah.
I'm saying the time zone.
Okay. Oh, Eastern time. Okay.
Eastern time, Florida up there. So like the George Pandaleons.
George is back in town. I was on the other day.
George is still doing the victory lap, isn't he? I mean, he has been enjoying this victory lap. But you does a lot of work for nothing. You might as well enjoy it.
He gave on our show, but
well,
he stands by everything he said.
I thought he was fine. I liked everything he had to say. And he came over to the Rotary Club, did the same thing at the Rotary Club.
Are you over 18? Get in here.
Yeah.
There you go, Drew. Get Drew in here.
This guy was the greatest driver of the Lake Forest podcast.
Yes. He did not drop the sign once.
Yeah. I didn't hit anyone.
You didn't hit anybody? Hit nobody? Oh man, look at that.
I know.
What was it getting a little testy there when that one group went ahead of us?
There you go, I got it in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Here we go, yeah.
I had to stop and wait for a few minutes. And then there was still people
Were you in
like
a hurry? You had another parade to catch?
Halfway through the parade, people from the group came. So it's not easy driving. It's a skill to drive in a parade.
Yeah, so if you had advice for people who are doing the parade for next year, we're going to tag this so they can watch it. Driving the parade, Drew, come on in. What would you tell the people out there?
You got to have a 360 vision because there's kids going under the car. They want candy.
Wait, under the car?
Yeah.
One kid almost went under the car when I was driving. I just stopped.
We'll edit that out and post. Oh, there is no post. This is my TV.
One kid almost went under the car because he wanted one of these, what do you call these necklaces so bad.
Beads.
Yeah. They do go wild for those things. Yeah.
Well,
so you got to be aware because they'll put the beads before their life.
Well, we knew that. Well, these are pretty popular.
I did have one lady offer the traditional New Orleans compensation in return for some of the beads, but I gave her the beads.
Yeah, but she went back to Lake Forest Place.
Family show here.
We'll edit that out. Post.
Family show.
Oh, there is no post. So we were worried at the beginning about the
show. If 5 people watch this stupidity.
Family show. They'll watch the rebroadcast.
Oh, which rebroadcast? But no, it's the tangling again. The issue of the tangling.
Yes.
They tangle.
Well, how about in New Orleans? In New Orleans, they give out gazillions of these things, and they don't have
somebody out there in internet land has got to know the secret to keeping these beads untangled and giving them out.
And in New Orleans, they're drunk at the time they're doing it. But they still manage to do it.
So if they can do it, we can do it.
Yes, exactly. Okay. We can do it.
Yeah.
So holding the Lake Forest flag high and true.
Jeff Urso.
Come here, Jeff. Come on, you're live. Come on, get in.
There you go. Jeff's on it. Yeah, Jeff's on
the Jeff Urso.
28 restaurants here in town.
To let us entertain you, Lake Forest.
He's the Rich Melman of Lake Forest and Lake Forest.
Yes, he is.
Happy Lake Forest Day.
Oh, well.
Happy Lake Forest Day.
As you can tell, we're on air, Jeff. I didn't see your float out there this year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, I haven't done them in a couple.
He don't need no stinking float.
Split them up. You can take one flatbed and put like 6 brands on it.
Yeah. We can do that.
All right, done. We'll do this.
He's giving out free brats from Bratskys.
Yes, Bratskys. Yeah.
I'm liking
this idea.
Anything new happening in your world here, Jeff?
Other than Bratskys, which is new.
Yeah, Bratskys.
New.
So now, is that yours?
So that's where Pucks was.
Yeah, we moved Pucks across. That way,
Pucks still exists.
Hockey teams and baseball teams.
So Bratsky, what's that brand? Like, who are you going after with that? I get it from growing up in Chicago, being a pierogi and a brat, but around here, are you going to serve Malort there? Or
no, I don't know about that. I mean, that's a little
extra Malort shots.
Make our own Malort.
Get out.
Yeah, we take an ashtray and we fill it up with water.
Free Malort.
It's just bitters, just distilled like forever.
But you're not a Chicago until you've had Malort.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know about
Jeff,
and then you never have it again.
We're going to come up with our own brand of Lake Forest Malort.
Yes.
Lake Forest
Podcast Malort.
Jeff's behind it. All right.
Well, you guys have fun.
All right. Thank you. We're here every time, Jeff. Thank you.
Jeff Urso, ladies.
Jeff Urso.
Dave's got the ability to be good Ed McMahon.
Oh.
Good Ed McMahon.
It'd be like that. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit with Dana Carvey being Johnny Carson and
oh no, I don't even know that.
Who was it that played Ed McMahon?
So all of those.
It's very fun. You gotta watch it. It's pretty fun.
Gotta find out.
It was like supposed to be Carson's last episode. And I think Ed McMahon. They had the zoo guys on, and the tiger like is eating Ed McMahon at the end.
Now I'm going to challenge both of you. What was the?
We are challenged.
The event, not the event, but the portion of the show where he's wearing the turban and he takes
Karnak the Magnificent.
All right. So how? Okay.
Yeah. He would find the answers under Funk and Wagnall's porch.
Yes.
It was in a mayonnaise jar.
A mayonnaise
jar.
Okay.
That still was the greatest late night show.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
And this addresses our number one segment of the show, but our number two is aged late 20s to early 30s, believe it or not. So
nobody in their early 30s is going to remember Johnny Carson.
That's what I'm saying. So we just addressed our older
crowd.
That's
mature.
Isn't that our audience anyways?
No, we have two
audience
on either end of the spectrum.
Well, you got one over there.
You got a lot of teenagers.
Half of them here.
So the question would be is like, why is Drew's people watching it? Here, let me get this voicemail here. There we go. Okay, nobody's watching. Hey, Pete.
Hey, we got a voicemail from Philippe now.
We're at Duffers. Philippe,
We're at Duffers.
We saw Philippe earlier. Yeah.
The reception was good enough. How was it on your end?
I didn't hear
Mother's
bad
Trust.
things. I didn't hear bad. From
Mother's Trust. Yeah. He wasn't the parents' care. He was there with Mother's Trust.
You know why he did it? Because
he didn't want to get booed.
Nobody would boo him. He's part of
exactly. He's pretty safe.
No one boos at
part of Mother's Trust. You're pretty safe. Yeah.
Did we get
I
any
didn't
booze?
hear any booze.
This is the only booze I've had all day.
Yeah,
this booze. Right here.
Philadelphia.
That's water. That was his water for the parade.
Yes,
officer.
Yes.
Rick, I'm impressed. That must be your Phoenix living or Scottsdale.
Phoenix.
Okay.
I'm on the Phoenix side. The Phoenix
what is it,
side.
30 days or something in a row over 110?
Yes. Yeah.
So what do you set your thermostat at when you're away?
85.
85. Okay.
Yeah, 85. So we figure that's something that should be fine. That'll keep it decent.
So what do you think the temperature of the pool is?
Well, they emptied it and refilled it. So I'm going to guess it's probably 90. Probably 90. I mean, overnight low is 90.
So what else can we add to this? Because I think we're about 20.
Kind of rambling now.
We're at 24 minutes. It's live TV. So
I think, anybody come down to Duffers, we'll be here a while.
Well,
say hi to Pete.
Bring a blanket for Pete.
Yeah, blanket, pillows.
There's a nice
water, shower.
Well, Jeff Urso just showed up. He's going to set up my bedroom in the back.
I got to eventually go over and serve beer at the beer jail.
You better sober up if you're going to serve beer.
That's right. You got to be.
The beer's all
be sober when you
Watch Rick tearing up the tickets. Request him to tear them up in front of you. What a scam that is.
Yeah, no, we're pocketing the tickets. There you go.
Well, here, speaking of scams, God bless the American Legion.
Yes, God bless the American Legion for doing this every year. Yes, God, thank you guys.
Thank you for anyone that served.
Yes, that being said,
yes,
I think they gotta partner up with other charities in town and split up the.
So who makes that call? Who makes that decision?
They do. I mean, the Legion.
They're an independent thing.
Yeah, the Legion controls it. They're the ones who are putting on the party.
Did they run this like in 1908?
They got a huge.
In the 20s,
they got a huge benefit a couple of years ago. I forget exactly how they got it, but they created a foundation.
Somebody died and leaving a bunch of money in
They were in pretty good financial shape.
Well, first of all, they moved the Legion from where it is today, from Market Square. That building on Westminster?
Yeah, the one on Westminster.
I believe
it was still there. I mean, I was at
that was moved from Market Square.
At one point in time.
Yeah.
I mean,
so 1908, of course, they started. 1920s,
yes.
American Legion
took it over,
helped out.
1908, I don't think the American Legion existed.
Well, the First World War, maybe.
First World War, 1914 to the United States, 1917 to 1918.
Right.
So I think the American Legion was started after the First World War.
So now it's like you have some of the young veterans that I've had a couple younger, like me, younger.
Yeah, younger.
Like Joe, younger.
Yeah.
Well, we're not veterans. Just to be clear.
I'm not younger.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But my thoughts are, why can't you do this Lake Forest Day and partner up with the bigger charities like Mother's Trust,
yes,
Be for Hunger,
or just form a new committee, which is what Lake Bluff did. The Lake Bluff Legion could not continue to support the Lake Bluff 4th of July parade. They were just getting too old. And so they formed a citizens committee, which is what now runs the Lake Bluff 4th of July parade. The city does not do it, the village does not do it. It is a private event that's done by this 4th of July parade committee, which is not an Illinois not-for-profit corporation.
Well, then the city says, well, how are we going to run a carnival? Same way you do it with everybody else. You find a mobbed up third party that runs carnivals
with no teeth.
So how what are the rides at the carnival, Rick?
Well, I think if the carnies are really in charge of it, it would be mostly opioids, I would think.
Is there like a tilt-a-whirl?
Yes, there's tilt-a-whirl. There's a merry-go-round. There's the Pharaohs. They have this Pharaohs boat thing that looks terrifying.
You gotta ride them all. Do photo ops.
And they also got this. They have this like a tilt-a-whirl thing that spins around. Oh man, I stay far away from those things.
This could be our most watched podcast.
Our most watched podcast. We get 2 people.
Well, it depends at the period of time where you come in.
We got beads.
But once it stops, then it'll appear later on.
The rebroadcast.
Yeah. So we haven't done this before. So for all the people that said your show sucks, you could be right this episode.
Yeah, we're not going to argue with you.
This ain't NPR Lake Forest.
But hey, man, we were out there.
No.
We're going to broadcast live.
Yeah,
this is a surprise.
Well, he's got a giant
treat.
freaking sign that says on air. How much more?
Well, a couple things. The way our show works is we do really well when we're edited.
Yes. Yeah, we are better edited. Yes.
So this is like live TV. So what do we want to tell everybody? Let's see, it's Wednesday.
I think we want to preview. We want to get our upcoming shows together.
Yeah.
Because now we're going to get Brad Schneider on for a show. We're going to get Erin Cartwright Weinstein on.
They're both Democrats, by the way.
Circuit Court. Both Democrats.
They're calling you a rhino soon.
Yes. Oh.
I'm a rhinocrat.
Oh, Joe Severino is going to call him that?
No.
Okay. No
Why you guys do that?
No, he's not getting any publicity from us?
Well, what's your problem with Joe Severino?
Let him run. See how it works out.
Yeah.
What do you say, Rick?
I voted for him last time.
I did too.
He's a nominee. I'll vote for him again. Somebody has to.
Somebody's got to do it
twice.
Somebody has to. Somebody has to. I mean, look. Here's my take on it. I'll give you my take. This is just Joe Weiss's take.
Yes.
All right. So it's an uphill. Look, the way these districts are drawn. And this has nothing to do with Brad Schneider personally, or Joe Severino personally, or anybody personally.
Personally.
The way these districts are drawn, it has become an uphill battle for any Republican.
Oh, it's incredible
in northern Illinois. To win. Madigan, Pritzker, all them.
It was Democrats plus 14.
And look, and we talked about this on the show last week with Bryn, that as the party nationally has moved further to the right, even before Trump, but if Trump gaslit it, it's more difficult for the moderate Republican that used to emerge from
the Bob Dole.
Is there really a moderate anything?
Oh, we did have. I'm sure the Bob Dole.
The Libertarian Republican.
And Mark Kirk was a moderate.
Yeah, but I'm saying now,
libertarian.
Who's a moderate now?
Keith Brin.
Keith? I don't know. I mean, Keith is not taking ideological stands. He's the chairman. Chairman is worried about nuts and bolts. I don't know. I mean, that's the problem. There's fewer and fewer moderates in both parties.
Well, hearing from
Democrats have the
Keith,
same
I
problem.
like Keith.
Well, I know we did have like Mike Neerheim, who was the state's
barely
attorney.
lost.
Now he's a judge.
Yeah.
He barely lost, but Mike was certainly a moderate by any standard.
But I don't think that, that state's attorney's race, I
Come
don't
on,
think
Rick,
there's
move
no...
it. Let everybody see that beautiful.
I don't
Yeah.
think you need a moderate, you need
I'm
just
getting
somebody
on.
who's tough on crime.
Getting on camera here. Here we go.
I mean,
Oh,
people
we-
are like, we don't want a rhino
we desperately need
state's
somebody who
attorney.
is-
I'm like, you want somebody that's going to prosecute
We need
people
somebody who's going to prosecute people.
and who can
Exactly.
win the
Yes.
general election.
So that article we just put out there, what happened with Rinehart? You had that.
We did, did a nice little, you did a nice little article, but the one case you were talking about was a perfectly valid example of, frankly, bad soft prosecutions. That one, and in particular,
Well, the hit and
it
run
was
here in
the
Lake
local,
Forest.
exactly the guy who was hit, the victim. And I don't want to say because I don't remember all the details, but he was a popular local guy. He was he was a well-known guy.
Yeah.
And he was
And LFPD
killed on the streets of Lake Forest, like on Lake Street.
Yeah.
I
mean, we posted the story up
No, it's
on
terrible
the Facebook page. But, the Lake Forest police did their job. They're arresting these guys. They did great work.
Yes, yeah, they found
and
they found the guy.
Yeah.
They found the damaged parts of the vehicle.
Yeah.
They arrested the guy, and then
The guy's getting off with nothing.
nothing.
Like,
Nothing.
I mean,
He got just probation.
So
It was
as a
the
lawyer,
word.
what do you say? I didn't see him.
I don't know. That would be.
I mean, it was
would
like
love-
10 in the
I would
morning.
love
It was like
and
10 in the morning. It
This
wasn't
was
even
some
like
kind of
at
plea
9
bargain that Rinehart did.
So that means they didn't have evidence.
I don't. I think the police would
or
make a
else,
difference.
or else they just didn't want to do it.
I think,
I gotta
maybe
tell you,
the guy didn't have any priors.
one of the problems with that is one of the problems with prosecutors is they got to be
Eric, you
100%.
could clear this up.
Yeah.
Hold on, Eric.
Petra.
They got to figure
Pacific Northwest,
they have
you know,
a
it's going
100%
by.
chance of winning. And if you figure, you really figure you're gonna have to have a 100% chance of winning, that's setting
But this wasn't an
Far
isolated
too
case.
high.
There's a lot of these plea bargains going on.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm not sure Neerheim would have done. And I think it begs the question.
I don't think
why are you
Neerheim
doing
would have done
these
this one.
plea
I don't-
bargains?
yeah,
And
this
then
one-
the other issue is like these carjackings and stuff. A lot of these cases, and there was just a shooting, there was a killing in Waukegan, I believe.
Yes.
Where the guy had been out on another killing,
Yeah.
and he should have been in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, again, maybe someone's got an answer. Maybe Eric Rinehart's got an answer. Maybe Kim Fox has got an answer. So she's not going to come on.
Well, yeah.
Kim, we'd love to have you on. Bring
Kim
Peru
Fox
with you.
her biggest donor and her only donor. Like,
Yeah, our only Lake Forest donor.
but her daughter-in-law used to
I'd like to.
But no, seriously,
I'd like to get Eric on.
I want to hear the other side.
I think Eric should be on here to talk about
It
this.
makes zero sense to me.
Well, I
Zero.
do know.
And you talk to any cop on the street, they say the same thing.
But there is, I do understand the theory. The theory is that when you have cash bail, wealthier people can bail out,
and they use the
whereas
Rittenhouse
poorer people cannot bail
example.
out. And there are examples of that. And there are examples of poor people who have sat in jail for many, many months waiting for trial. There's one guy in Cook County who's been there for like 9 years.
Why is it taking 9 years for them to have a trial?
That's the problem. That is the problem. But the result is, by getting rid of cash bail, you also are getting rid of the one system that is actually pretty good at, number one, making a difference between dangerous people and less dangerous people. Less dangerous people have money.
But there's 102 counties.
And it makes them show up. Whereas now, I think you're going to have a lot of people, just a lot of defendants simply not showing up because they don't lose anything.
But when they're out, they're committing other crimes.
Yes, they are.
The carjacking in Libertyville, the shooting in Waukegan.
These are not these are not good people. These are people.
I hate to say soft on crime, but it is soft on crime.
Well, when you post bail, you have Joey Bag of Donuts, the bail bondsman,
right? Who was out there?
I get. I see the disparity that a wealthy person can get themselves out instead of a poor person, but
is that really what was happening? No, it wasn't.
But why is it? There's 102 counties in this state.
I mean, was it really a system where wealthy people were just regularly walking out of prison posting bond, whereas poor people were regularly just sitting behind bars. No, because you don't have a lot of rich people who commit crimes like that.
What would they have done in 1908?
Violent crimes.
1908, they would have.
1908, yeah, they would have thrown them in jail.
And I
I
want to say this too. This is just Joe Weiss talk.
Yeah.
But I say we bring back the death penalty in Illinois. I think it was a mistake for George Ryan and Plan to get rid of it.
Yes.
I certainly don't want.
What are the colors of the school? You got leftover.
You got green.
Blue and gold. Blue and gold. You got
Right here.
leftover beads from
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we
Next
know
to
the rest
the
of
blue and gold.
Well, I said forest green and gold, but
We're all colors. All the rainbow.
our
Where's the rainbow?
It's a dream.
Like the new
We do have a
our
substantial
like I
Irish
need
new
village
label
and all our
flag.
clothes.
You get what we got,
You
right?
get what you get. All right, thank you for stopping. All right, see you later.
But back to the discussion here about it. That
Yeah, what was the discussion?
what were we talking about? Oh, the bail and the cash. Okay, and I was about to talk about the death penalty.
Well, a joint
So,
bag of donuts. You
I
don't want to
think
skip that
we
joint
should
bag.
have. I don't want the death. I understand that there were problems with the death penalty with innocent people being potentially executed. The wrong
Yes.
person. I don't want that. But the DNA technology has advanced a lot.
Yes, it has.
And cases. Let's take the Highland Park shooting. For
Yeah.
example.
I mean,
Awful.
is there any
No
question
one
that this guy did it?
Why is
Is that an
kid,
issue? I mean,
here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a trial. People are going to pour their hearts out at the trial, and understandably so.
This guy's going to get life in prison.
This kid who's like 20 years old or whatever he was,
Yeah, right.
he's going to get 60 years, probably, at least, of food, clothing, and shelter from the taxpayers
At the taxpayers' by the way,
expense.
I
He's
did-
going to get better
I
meals
do
than some
know a
people
couple of
living
years
in
couple of years
poor
ago I
families.
saw the price. It's about $150,000 a year to house a prisoner
Execute
in the
him.
Illinois penitentiary system.
Executable.
Unfortunately, the death penalty is in many ways was more expensive.
Well, because of all the
Because of
lawyer
all the lawyer
appeals,
fees,
your
exactly.
pals.
Yeah.
That could be, look, I get it that there's cases where there's a question of the guilt.
Yes.
But
A lot of these,
the
there
Highland
isn't.
Park shooter, name's escaping me.
Cremo.
Crimo. He should get the death penalty. No one's arguing that this is the wrong guy. This is the guy. Execute him. All right. That family that killed their kid in Henry County and buried him under their
that
house.
was a terrible thing. Yeah.
No one's questioning their guilt.
Right.
Okay, execute him. That guy that killed a cop in front of 100 people in the Thompson Center downtown a few years ago, and then gets a standing ovation at Cook County Jail. Execute him.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. All right. It sounds cruel, and it's not racist. Okay. It's not racist. If you killed another person and we could prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, execute him.
Yeah.
Save the taxpayers money.
So what are they going to do in
That's
Highland
Joe
Park?
Weiss talk.
Can I get one more also?
Another some candy?
Yes. Yeah. The line with the please. Yeah. No.
Can I have another water? Yeah.
I would like to see it as well because, but the problem has been that there have been a lot of prosecutions which then proved to be
I agree.
incorrect.
I agree. There was some
and each one of those they were convicted beyond a reasonable doubt.
We have this thing now called DNA.
Yes.
Right? And the DNA technology has.
Well, we actually had DNA earlier too.
Not as good.
We just didn't.
But
know.
again,
What was the first case?
I'm talking about the flagrant cases.
Menendez brothers? What was it?
I don't know.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
But continue.
Like I said, I don't. If there's ever a shadow of a doubt, then I say then it should be there. But again, when the crimo.
There are a number of them where there's no question who did it. The guy, Yeah, I mean the guy who shot the police captain. Good example. I mean, there's no question who did that.
Yeah.
Well, here, Rinehart. Okay. I hear that he's vulnerable, and he can come on the show and correct us. But there's some lady that I heard that's coming up that just announced.
Mary Lou Cole is going to be running against him. Yes.
I loved her. Was she?
And by the way, I was talking to her here at Duffers Pub about a week ago.
There you go.
She was telling me about what
Does
her
she live
plans
in
are.
Lake Forest or?
I'm not sure where she lives. She's in the area.
I hope. Is she going to get primary?
Well, we'll find out. That's still an open question.
We eat our own.
Can you pass me my Gatorade, please?
There you go. There's your
very
Gatorade, sir.
Oh,
Let's go.
thank you.
Yeah, they make a yellow Gatorade now.
Hopefully it's not green later.
I mean, this whole thing, like I said, this is a race we can win. I hope
It should be able to win.
focus on it.
We should be able to win. And I think that the Lake County voters are smart enough to make that distinction. That is to go down ballot. Because if
They weren't 4 years ago.
No, they have not.
2020
They have not.
They came out in full force because
Rinehart did the best.
and Rinehart lost. And I think a lot of people regret that. I hope they realize.
So is Mary Lou moderate? Can she go underneath? Because she won't win unless
But is there a what is moderate about being a state's attorney? You prosecute bad guys.
crimes. Yes.
All right. You don't talk about abortion. You don't talk about gay marriage. You don't talk about any of those other issues.
It's got no rainbows involved. It's all about
He's certainly not moderate on fighting crime.
That's what I'm saying. So like, how do you?
In my opinion, you can tell me otherwise.
If Mary Lou comes into play and she lets people off the hook for.
Well, then in 4 years from now, you can vote her out.
I would be right. I would be somewhat surprised. I mean, I think she certainly knows what she is asking the voters to entrust her to do, and that is to prosecute criminals.
Let's have her on. She can explain her position.
I think that's a great idea. Yes,
she will come on.
Yeah, Mary will come on,
and
Josh will come on. Yeah,
we get Rinehart on. Let's and if we get assuming there's the two nominees.
Yes, we'd be glad to have. I'd be glad to have Eric on.
We could have a debate. We could host a debate.
I did actually, by the way.
What's the guy's name that we were talking about earlier? Reinhardt's number 2 guy. Spagnola. Wait, that's the coach for the.
But he doesn't live in Lake Forest. He lives in Chicago.
No, he's got an old. That's his old District 17 page.
Oh, okay. All right. No, but I'd rather have the candidate on than a spokesman. Would you?
Yes.
No, I want him to get Rinehart to come on.
I got you. Eric Rinehart.
I don't know. I think
I know.
Mary
No offense to Spagnoli.
We can talk to Rinehart. I mean, I can talk
Anybody
to
run it.
The Lake County Bar Association has every 2 years we have a satirical skit show. And in the last one, I portrayed Eric Rinehart in a skit satirizing the turnover in the office.
Did they have a lot of turnover?
The theme of the skit was that the prosecutors keep quitting in the middle of the trial, and they keep throwing it down to finally get the intern. It was a good skit. I liked it, but I'm sure that Eric would be glad to come on the podcast and talk to us about why he believes.
I would love to hear his side. I'd probably, look, I've always been open-minded. We've made it clear that people can come on and express different opinions.
Eric's not a bad guy. He's a perfectly reasonable guy.
Because our problem is there's a discount rate associated with the crimes that he prosecutes, meaning like they should get 50% more or whatever, right?
That would be a nice idea, by the way. How about we provide incentives to the prosecutors that they get paid more if they win more cases?
They do. They get reelected.
Isn't that how they had those problems out in DuPage?
Imagine there probably could be a problem with that.
The DuPage State's Attorney now is great, Bob Berlin.
Yes.
And the Will County State's Attorney, who is a Democrat, Jim Glasgow, is good.
Oh yeah.
And there was a case where the carjackers.
Well, he's a prosecutor.
But
he's not a politician.
Right. There's nothing
political.
Look, Rich Daley, before he was mayor, was the Cook County State's Attorney. He put all the bad guys in jail.
Yeah, you bet he did.
Dick Devine was the state's attorney.
Yes.
Democrat state's attorney. He put all the bad guys in jail.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is not a partisan thing. Jim Glasgow, they had an incident recently. There was a carjacking in Will County. The guys didn't realize. They thought Will County was Cook County, or they thought they were still in Cook County. They thought, we'll do this carjacking and we'll get off with a light thing. Oh boy, they got like 30 or 40 years in jail for carjacking in Will County. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a partisan issue.
And also in the suburbs, I think a lot of the police officers feel empowered to still go out and try to catch bad guys, to actually chase them when they run away. What a concept.
But in fairness to the CPD, because I got friends that are starter police officers, they're overwhelmed.
Oh, God.
They're understaffed. They get no respect from any politician running the city. I think the last one that kind of respected him was Rahm. But they
were still understaffed.
And Daley. But
Daley's dad. That was when. Go back to '68.
Yeah, go back to Daley's dad.
Here's my thing. these guys, and here's the thing: the police can't go on camera and tell you this, but the police union, I guarantee you, will endorse whoever the nominee is against Eric Rinehart. But the police will tell you off the record. We've heard this from the Lake Forest officers here off the record that.
Thank you, first responders. By the way.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
But they work their tails off to get these guys arrested and charged, and then Rinehart is dropping the ball.
They don't prosecute.
They don't prosecute. Light sentence.
They make deals which are sweetheart deals.
Right, and then the word gets out amongst the criminals. Hey, Lake County's a place I can get off easy if I get busted. Right. So I'm going to go commit more crimes in Lake County.
Yeah. I don't think the criminals are really all that stupid. I think they do know that, even though they may occasionally get confused over the borders.
Well, yeah, I mean.
All right, so Rinehart, the invitation's out there. Spagnola.
Yeah.
We talked about Spagnola. Let's talk about Spagnoli, the Lake Forest High School football coach. Hey, Coach, I've asked you 3 years in a row to come on the podcast. What's going on, my friend? If you don't come on, I'm going to ask your brother from Jim from Yahtzee's in the city back in the day, Rick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He married into the Yahtzee's. Great wings. I'm gonna have to have your brother come.
Oh yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah, right. Good.
So if I can't get Coach,
good restaurant
from Lake Forest High School, come on, I'm gonna have to get his brother.
Well, he's probably having seen what's happened to previous people on the podcast at the hands of the school district. Perhaps he knows. Perhaps he has a good reason to want to not be on the podcast.
Well, you know who's in the school? Melissa Oakley.
The school, for whatever reason, feels that they should censor the information being given to the public.
Step in, Joe. Step in.
This is Joe Weiss talking.
Yeah.
Anybody who thought that the public address announcer for the high school views represented the high school is a moron.
Yeah, correct. Is a complete moron.
And anybody that would write an email complaining about it
is an idiot.
That was married to a former alderman
and their whole family
is a real idiot. Either you're stupid or you're a. I won't say the word.
Well, but the school did that.
But in fairness, anytime there was a school issue discussed on the show, he was very pro-school.
I know.
He supported the referendum.
Yes.
He defended them when Parents' Care was.
Oh my God! The first time we had Parents' Care on,
he ripped into him.
He was going to do a scanners on.
So anybody that thought that anything he said about Prue Beidler or anything going on in mayoral politics represented the view of the high school was an absolute moron.
But I think that has had a chilling effect on other people, including the football coach or anybody else who's employed by the high school, doesn't want anything to do with talking to the public.
And it was total BS that Mr. Karras wrote that email to the athletic director. And I'd be happy to tell it to his face.
You know, what about the wife?
Yeah, she wrote it
to Melissa Oakley.
First of all, anybody that was a sitting city council member that didn't realize their emails wouldn't be FOIA'd, especially ones that were attorneys. Oh my God.
That's hubris.
That's government 101.
Speaking of hubris, Melissa, I'm waiting for your email.
I'm off my soapbox.
Well,
that was just Joe Weiss talking. Nobody else's opinion.
Well, you know what? It's Joe, Pete, and Rick. You know what? Nobody's got to say that it's this.
What happens when we do a show at a bar?
And we, God only knows. We do our best. But
well, Melissa, she was in the parade today, and hold on. Hi, sweetie.
Is it the wife?
Yeah, I'm at Duffers.
All right. It's the one person who gets the podcast pause.
Yeah, she gets the pause.
Okay.
All right, speaking of that, where's my master?
Oh, I'll do my best. All right. My state is pretty good, I think. Rick and Joe, how am I doing?
You live in Illinois, it's not a very good state. So. No, you're fine. He's fine, Marine. He's sitting here. He's hydrated. He's cooled off in the AC. He's doing fine.
Right.
Pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I'm eating a salad.
All right. All right, thank you, bye.
Okay, yeah, I
guess we're going out later.
I gotta figure out what the boss is doing here too.
I actually have to be on a meeting at 1:30.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess We got enough content here. We have 50 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's enough. We've said enough. We've ticked enough people off.
Yes, right. Plus
NPR Lake Forest will do a show
you should
about
have
it.
some.
I'll go on NPR Lake
Well, I'll
Forest.
tell you what. You know who
I'll do my NPR voice.
A football coach that's cool is Jim Cantanzero, Lake College Foresters football team.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's been on the show a couple times.
Yeah.
We're going to bring him on back. He was undefeated. He has not lost a regular season game in 2 years. We're going to bring him on.
Yeah.
And we're going to tailgate back there. I've told him 2 years in a row that I would. But I had nobody in my posse.
Well, we could do that. I wouldn't mind doing that. We could tailgate there and do this broadcast, the podcast from there, the tailgate.
So
that'd be kind of fun.
For all of our listeners and watchers that are watching Saturday morning, we are broadcasting post Lake Forest Day Parade, getting some electrolytes back in our body, and it was a great event. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Joe and Rick, anything else to add to everybody?
I think we've said enough.
As any good Republican would.
The Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers, listeners, and businesses just like you. Looking for the best pool supplies? Look no further than Dohany's Pool Supplies. With a history dating back to 1967, this family-owned business offers everything families need to keep their pools clean and sparkling, from chemicals to equipment. Plus, customers enjoy free shipping on all orders. Visit Dohany's Pool Supplies today at doheny.com, DOHENY.com, to learn more. Forest Bluff Real Estate Team serves Illinois, Wisconsin, Lake Forest, and Lake Bluff. John Josephitis, Laura Lee Van Fleet, and of course Michelle Parnell. Get a free market analysis now at forestbluffrealestate.com. For the best cannabis in the world, look no further than Iliad Epic Grow. Owned by Lake Bluff's own Rich Ruzich, they are a cannabis cultivation center focusing on hard-to-find small batch products that will delight both the occasional user and ganjier. When visiting Michigan, ask for it by name. Epic Products, exceptional process. For more information, email info@iliadgrow.com. Havey Communications has been helping first responders arrive safely since 1983. It's owned by Lake Forest's own Mike Havey. Check them out at haveycommunications.com. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters: Costa, Lance, Otto, RDM, John C., and Helen. Shout out to the Lake Forest Breakfast Group, Broad Stop and Captain Mike's in Kenosha, the Greentown Tavern, and the Frolic Lounge in Waukegan.